All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be instruction on how to calculate the percent composition of a compound. The general idea is that you are going to find the total mass of the compound and you are going to divide that into the mass of one particular element. All right, so we are going to go through this in 3 steps. So the first step, you're going to calculate the molar mass of the entire compound. Well, in this case, the compound is sodium oxide, or Na2O. So what we are going to do is use the same skills that we used in calculating molar mass. The molar mass of Na2O is equal to, well, first we need to know the mass of a single sodium. Well, a single sodium is 22.990 grams per mole. But there are 2 sodium atoms in the compound. So we are going to take 2 times 22.990 grams per mole, and we are going to add that to the mass of oxygen. Now notice there's only 1 oxygen, right? So all we've got to do is find the mass for oxygen, which is 15.999 grams per mole. So 15.999 grams per mole. Now when I do that calculation on my calculator, then I'm going to find out that that is 61.979 grams per mole. That is my total mass of the compound. All right? So just to make that point, okay, my total mass of the compound is the same as that total mass. All right, next, I'm going to calculate, excuse me, the mass for all the atoms of the first element. All right, so my first element is going to be sodium. So I'm going to switch to a different color, and I'm going to say the percentage of sodium in that compound. Well, how many sodium atoms are there? There are 2 of them. What is the mass of a single sodium atom? It is 22.990. So in actual fact, what I'm doing is I'm taking this part of the calculation that I've already done. I'm saying that is the mass of sodium. And so I'm taking that 2 times 22.990 grams per mole, and then I'm going to divide that. I'm going to divide that by the total mass, 61.979 grams per mole. Now notice where I got that. I got it from here, total mass. And where I got the sodium was from here. Okay? And just to make that really clear, I'm going to label that as sodium. Okay? Now, the final step, you want to make a percentage, is you divide and then you multiply by 100%. So, I'm going to multiply this by 100%. And I'm going to go ahead and do that calculation. When I do that calculation, I'm going to get 74. Actually, I'm going to do it now real quick and see if we have some rounding issues. So 2 times 22.990 divided by 61.979 is equal to, multiplied by 100. Okay, this is a good time to do this. So I get 74.1864. But I am going to just simply say that we are going to report to 2 decimal places. Okay? That is, we're just going to declare that. That is going to be in all of the quizzes and all of the answer checkers and all of that. So report to 2 decimals. All right, so we're going to need to check and see if we need to round this thing. All right, so the way that you do that, I want this decimal place. Okay? So that one right there is the 2nd decimal place. So I am going to look at the 3rd decimal place, the one that is behind it. And I'm going to ask myself, is that number, is the 3rd number, okay, oopsie, let's try that again. Is that number right there greater than or equal to 5? And the answer is yes, it is greater than or equal to 5. Well, because of that, you're going to take the 2nd decimal place and you are going to change it up by 1. All right? So at the end of the day, it's going to be 74.19 grams per mole sodium. And it is percent, excuse me. It is a percent, and I really should do that. All right, 74.19% sodium. Now, all of that is required, okay? All of it. The 2 decimal places, everything is required. Okay, so now we're going to do oxygen. And I'm going to switch colors here. So my oxygen is going to be here, okay? And I'm going to use purple for oxygen. The percent oxygen is equal to 15.999 grams per mole, right? Which I got from here, divided by the total, which is still 61.979 grams per mole. Nothing changed. Multiply by 100%. Now, let's pound that out and see if we have any rounding issues of any kind. All right, so 15.999 divided by 61.979. That, and then when I multiply it by 100, that is going to give me 25.8135. All right, so this time I'm going to do the same thing. I want the 2nd decimal place. So I'm going to look at the 3rd decimal place. And I'm going to ask myself, is that greater than or equal to 5? And the answer is no, it is not. Okay? No, it is not. This one, it was yes. But no, it is not. Therefore, no rounding. I do not round up. Okay? So that means that it's going to be 25.81% oxygen. Oh, I did make myself an error there, didn't I? I will try to correct it. It was just percent. It wasn't grams per mole. I apologize if you're doing these notes on video, but I'm not going to reshoot the entire video just because of that. All right, so that is how you do percent composition, folks. I wish you luck as you try the practice ones below, and check them yourself.